You asked for it. My favorite bottles. Coming up. Hey Fragrance family, I'm David, I'm a fragrance bro. Of course, your best source for everything fragrance related. Today I have a video that has been requested a few times actually, and that is on my favorite bottles. Now these are all in my personal collection, and I'm sure that there are bottles out there that maybe are even better than some of these, but these are the ones that I have currently and that I really just love. Now first on the list, of course, is Office One. I'm kidding guys. All right, so before my actual list here, I want to get some kind of runners up out of the way real fast. The first one is L'Artisan bottles. This is my T for 2 bottle. I think they've changed their bottles several times, and I'm not sure exactly where they land right now. I think the bottle currently is a different bottle, which also looks really great. L'Artisan does something with their bottles that I think just looks really great. They have a very geometric shape, but they're not boring like a lot of niche bottles are, and I mean, that's just the God honest truth. A lot of niche bottles are really boring. L'Artisan does it right though, and it looks very striking, even though it is still a very simple bottle, and that's why it's a runner-up, but still really good. Next are the Imaginary Authors bottles. Now, I think a lot of people really love the Imaginary Authors line, especially the presentation. The presentation is fantastic. They have just a really kind of cute kind of vibe that I think really works for their line. Their bottles, I think, are okay, but their theme is really where they shine, and it has a lot of personality, and they look really cool, especially lined up with the names right there. Really great idea. They look great, but in the end, they're still just a square bottle, so that's why it's a runner-up. Next is the Azzaro Wanted bottle. Now, I know that I'm probably gonna get some flack for this because I'm sure that some people really hate these bottles. They probably think these are really gaudy, and I get you. I understand where you're coming from. For some reason, designer bottles, they tend to take more risks with bottles. Regardless, I really enjoy these Azzaro bottles. I think they really did a great job with the bottle. The juice is a different story, not that great, but the bottle looks like the cylinder of a revolver. I think that's great. And with the name Wanted, has kind of a Wild West type of theme there. Cool. And the last runner-up is the Parfums de Marly bottles. The Parfums de Marly line is fantastic. This one is Sedley and it's clear, which not all of them are clear. A lot of them are opaque. Their caps especially are really heavy and weighted, and they just have that kind of tactile sensation that I really like and appreciate in a fragrance. I really like that whole kind of ritual of putting on a fragrance and having something that feels good in the hand while it also smells good on my body, I think is really nice. That said, I think the presentation still kind of plays it a little safe, much like the fragrances do, which I think that's okay. These are very classy, very elegant. I really love having them on my shelf, but these fragrances that I'm about to show you right now have just a little bit something extra here. All right, first on my list is the Montale bottles. Montale has a very kind of scattershot line, and although I'm not really sure where they're going, their bottles I think are very interesting. There's nothing that looks like the Montale silhouette. And when you have this on a shelf with a bunch of bottles, it almost doesn't even look like a perfume at all, which is one thing I really like about it. It's not even glass, it's aluminum, which is very strange by itself. But that is really one of its benefits. It blocks out all the light, it's very light, it won't break, and it looks really cool. And this little doodad right here, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm not sure where I land. But nonetheless, Montale bottles are really cool. And they come with a pouch. I don't know why you need one, but they come with a pouch. All right, next are the bottles from Thierry Mugler or Mugler. Now, Mugler always makes really beautiful bottles. I think you could almost get any of their bottles from their line, and you can find something that I think looks stunning. This one right here is Aura Mugler. Looks really cool, just like an emerald, a heart-shaped emerald. I think that's really neat. This one is Alien, classic silhouette there. They always look beautiful. The only thing about Alien is that I always think that this kind of, especially the top part, looks like a female body part that is notoriously hard to find. Family-friendly show. I don't necessarily want to say it, I may get demonetized, but it really does kind of look like that. I'm just gonna give you a second look there. That aside, even though you have to spray it up here too, the Alien bottles are really great. And also, of course, Amen. And not all the Amen bottles look good. I think most of them are kind of a little bit dull, but this one, especially with the metal flask, looks great. The only problem with the metal flask is that it tarnishes really easy. That's the only thing that's bad about that, but still very striking in the way that it looks. So those are some of my favorite bottles from Mugler. Hey everyone, Future Dave here. There is a bottle that I completely forgot, and that is, of course, Spicebomb by Viktor and Rolf. I absolutely love this bottle, but not only does it look great as a grenade and a bomb for Spicebomb itself, but it also has a collar that stops the sprayer, and that serves as kind of like a grenade pen, which I think is a brilliant design. I think this bottle is so cool. It's another one of those designer bottles that I think really hit it out of the park. It's probably an acquired taste, and it's probably a very polarizing bottle. Some people may hate it, but I really love it. Next are the bottles from Vagabond Prince. And Vagabond Prince is the perfume line that was started from the owners of Fragrantica, and I think it's an amazing line. They have, I believe, 4 in the collection currently. All of them are great, and I have a full review of that up here if you want to go watch it. The bottles are stunning. I really, really love these bottles. It kind of has like a fairy tale theme on the outside there. The cap is really heavy, comes off really easily. And the actual box itself can be used as kind of a presentation, like a little pedestal for the actual perfume itself, which I think is really cool. This is just a beautiful, beautiful bottle. Very simple, very different, great silhouette. I really love it. Great bottle. Next is Caput Mundi by Tiziana Terenzi. Now the Tiziana Terenzi line themselves have great bottles, and I really love the line themselves. You can actually take this cap off, and they give you kind of like a travel cap that you can put on here. It saves a lot of weight and space if you're traveling somewhere. But I want to mention Caput Mundi because it's a different type of bottle in their line. It has a lot more ornamentation, especially on the sides and the back, than they normally have. Now, if you take the top off right here, there's a little etching on the collar of the sprayer there, which that's just really nice, a really nice touch. But the cap itself, which is very heavy, has the phases of the moon on there. And it is a gorgeous, gorgeous cap. Whenever I got this, I was amazed at the ornamentation that was on this bottle. The smell by itself is fantastic, but the presentation is stunning. Next are the bottles from Louborn, and Louborn is one of those niche houses that I always say is like high niche. They really get it. All of their fragrances are fantastic, but they really excel at their bottles. Their bottles look like works of art, like you would expect this to be in an art museum. And that's what I really love about it. The fragrances themselves are fantastic. This one itself is Idole de Louborn, which is amazing. But whenever I run out of this fragrance, it's just one of those things that I just want to put on my shelf just for people to see. It's that good. Next are the bottles from Neanderthal Fragrances. And these bottles are really unique because, well, I mean, look at them. They look like little flints that you can find in a cave or something. But these are porcelain. They're not glass like normal bottles are. Each of these bottles apparently is a unique mold or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how the process is, but there's something that makes it unique for each one, which I think is really cool. The cap is magnetic, which I always love. Now, I know some people have criticized this for looking kind of like a male body part, especially when you turn it this way, you could probably see it. But I think that's just part and parcel with the molds that I got. Apparently I got kind of a scrotal mold. But each of these are handmade and they are striking. But I am amazed. Each time I see this, it is just another work of art from someone who really cares about the presentation of their bottles. Awesome. Next is another showstopper from Atelier d'Or, and this one is L'Armes du Désert. And this is an amazing fragrance by itself, but the bottle is just incredible. But what makes it special, besides the bottle itself, is that inside is gold leaf in there. And so all those little flecks are actual bits of gold, which I think is really cool. It's one of those type of bottles that whenever I show someone, they go, wow, that is almost excessive, which is, of course, why I love it. But this bottle right here is my crown jewel of bottles in my collection. And I'm almost amazed that I have this at all. And this is number 77, Jewel Essence Blue by Designer Shake. Now this one is in the box. Let me open the box real quick and just show you what's inside. When you open the box, immediately you see a little booklet that they have, and then a little case for the fragrance itself, kind of like a box within a box. But the case, look at the case, my gosh. Here is the bottle itself. I love this bottle. This bottle is incredible. Wow. Now, really what this reminds me of is kind of like a really expensive whiskey or bourbon or something like that. The scent itself is very, very good, and I'll have a full review of that coming soon, so stay tuned for that. So a little bit about this brand. The brand is Designer Shake or Shike, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, and they're from Bahrain. I almost can't believe that I have this. But I got this from Scent City. Scent City is a retailer in London that is an official licensed retailer of Designer Shake. Apparently this brand is very highly sought after as well as often faked. So if you want to get something from Designer Shake or Shike, go to Scent City. They're an authorized dealer, and you can actually see them as an authorized dealer on the Designer Shake's website. They sent me this for review, and so I just wanted to show this off. But amazing bottles. Now they have some female fragrances that are amazing too. They have gift boxes and gift sets. But anyway, I'll have a link down below to Scent City if you want to try anything from them. They're also really generous about their samples too, and they sent me several samples. Definitely go check out Designer Shake as well as Scent City, and I'll have a link down to them below. So those are some of my favorite bottles. What are some of your favorite bottles that you think go above and beyond and have just an amazing presentation? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. I'll love you for it. And click that little bell so you get a notification every time I make an upload. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave with the Fragrance Bros.